Welcome to Around the Peninsula. I'm Army Sergeant Matt Cromer. Each quarter, multiple weapon load crews compete for a title of Load Crew of the Quarter. Senior Airman Ariel Tummelson reveals which unit takes the title this time.
Airmen from multiple units at Kunsan Air Base recently came together to compete for the title of Weapons Load Crew of the Quarter. Staff Sergeant Sarah Gonzalez, an evaluator for the competition, explains the purpose of each crew.
As far as the crews themselves, you have your 1-man, your 2-man, and your 3-man. So your 1-man is filling out the checklist, making sure that everybody's adhering to technical order. And you have your 2-man who preps the aircraft, does everything required, like prepping their launchers, the bomb racks, whatever it is they're loading, getting that station ready to be loaded. And then your 3-man preps the munitions and make sure that they're serviceable and ready to go, ready to be loaded. What we're looking for is to make sure that they're doing everything 100% by the book.
One of the competing unit's team chiefs, Staff Sergeant Danielle Folmar, shares her feelings about the competition.
This is my second time competing in a load comp. My first time I was an airman, probably like fresh out of tech school, so I'm excited to do this. I have a lot more confidence in my abilities and my job knowledge now.
And that confidence paid off in the end because the 35th AMU took home the trophy for Load Crew of the Quarter. Senior Airman Ariel Tummelson, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
All right, you guys, come on. Although only one team came out on top in this competition, each unit displayed pride and dedication. Many students only get to work out during the school year, but Petty Officer Grant Womack shows us kids who are staying in shape by going on a little run.
Even though summer is heating up, students are speeding around the track as part of the Youth Sports Running Club.
We offer extracurricular, like after school, high active running and just getting the kids active, and because what we've seen is recesses don't offer that a lot too much.
Participants do more than just run. They work on a variety of aerobic and anaerobic exercises focusing on footwork, speed, and agility.
It's another way for them to keep fit during the off season. So they can come here, they can train. It's not mandatory, but it's just another option for the youth in our community to come out and be a part of something.
Students ranging from the ages of 6 to 18 can sign up for the running club year-round.
I would recommend coming here because, like I said, if you wanted to play a sport and you want to get faster, like soccer or football, then you could get faster in those sports and be better.
Petty Officer Grant Womack, Yongseong, Korea.
Running has numerous benefits, including improved health and a boost to the immune system. July 5th, 2016 marks the 66th anniversary of Joint Task Force Smith's first stand against the invading North Korean Army. Senior Airman Sydney Manning takes us to Osan City, Korea, where Koreans and Americans are remembering that day.
Service members from the United States and Republic of Korea came together to remember the first battle of Joint Task Force Smith against the invading North Korean Army. This year marks the 66th anniversary of the battle. Republic of Korea Army retired Major Lee Tae-woo remembers that time as one of strife, during which United Nations and South Korean forces sustained heavy losses.
During the Korean War, we fought mainly against Chinese and North Korean forces. We couldn't get U.S. airstrike support because we couldn't get communication with the U.S. forces. It was a very, very difficult time.
According to U.S. Army Captain Ji-Hwan Kim of the 35th Air Defense Artillery Brigade, ceremonies like this remind service members that the relative peace here should not be taken for granted.
Being stationed in Korea is an honor and a responsibility, and the fact that the war is still happening and it is still going on. We take our responsibilities very seriously and we are always prepared.
Senior Airman Sydney Manning, Osan City, Korea.
More than 150 UN and ROK soldiers were killed, wounded, or went missing during the battle. Once a relatively small camp, U.S. Army Garrison Humphreys, is in the midst of a major facelift. Air Force Master Sergeant Harry Kibbe takes us there now and introduces us to the man responsible for making sure the transformation is a success.
So that's why it's
In his job as the U.S. Army Garrison Humphreys commander, Colonel Joseph Holland is responsible for much of the ongoing installation transformation.
This whole area out here in the next 2 years will be redeveloped. It's some rice fields and some apartments out here now, some small temporary buildings for restaurants and whatnot. But all of this area will be redeveloped.
As the appointed king of all he surveys, it's his job to survey all he commands, especially during projects like the ongoing fence line move.
The city has asked us to pull back the perimeter by about 7 meters so they can add another lane of traffic.
Once complete, U.S. Army Garrison Humphreys will be roughly the size of Washington, D.C. That's a lot of fence, and for this commander, a lot
right
to
in
survey.
This area, as a matter of fact.
Master Sergeant Harry Kibbe, U.S. Army Garrison Humphreys, Korea.
Upon completion, the USAG Humphreys transformation is projected to add $10.7 billion in value to the installation. When you think of cities, images of skyscrapers, traffic, and smog come to mind, but Petty Officer Grant Womack shows us a different side of Seoul.
Seoul is known for being one of the busiest and most developed cities in the world, but today we are taking a step back from the city and enjoying the nature hidden within. I'm halfway through a hike in Bukhansan National Park, and I'm on one of 21 unique hiking trails, and I can't wait to see what else is out here. Bukhansan is one of the most popular hiking spots for Koreans, and because there are numerous trails that vary in difficulty and length, people of all ages can enjoy a good hike. Also, there are some things that you might only see in Korea as well. You might just think this is an ordinary pile of rocks behind me, but in Korea, these are actually known as wishing rocks. Trailers come through here and place them on top of one another, hoping their dreams can come true. If you want to take a break from the city and enjoy nature, Bukhansan will be the perfect place to visit. Petty Officer Grant Womack, Seoul, Korea.
The Bukhansan National Park routes are 45 miles in total. Under the summer heat, the Korean Service Corps Battalion pays respect to their outgoing commander while welcoming their new leader. Katusa Private Lee Jin-woo joins the change of command ceremony.
We received a lot of compliments, a lot of accolades. I was always so very honored to receive them on your behalf.
The Korean Service Corps Battalion is ready to greet its new commander. At Nightfield in Yongsan, members of the battalion assembled for the change of command ceremony. The origin of the Korean Service Corps dates back to the Korean War. During the war, Korean people supported the United Forces in supply, evacuation, and construction. Since then, this Korean paramilitary battalion has been a reliable partner to 8th Army.
I am very humbled, honored, and proud to be here. Service first, 2 nations, 1 team, 같이 갑시다.
Katusa Private Lee Jin-woo, Yongsan, Korea.
The Korean Service Corps members work as civilians on base, always helping the American forces. That was your Around the Peninsula for this week. To see these stories and others, go to the AFN Pacific website or view them through the AFN Pacific app. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.
Fever, rash, joint pain, and red eyes are all symptoms caused by the Zika virus disease.
The Zika virus is contracted by those who are exposed to the mosquitoes that contain the Zika virus. These mosquitoes are found mostly in the tropical regions. Brazil is the area that we see it mostly, but we also see it in Central America and northern part of South America. There's also areas in the Pacific that have the Zika virus. So if you're stung by a mosquito that contains the Zika virus, then there's a good chance you may contract the disease.
The disease may not have serious consequences for adults, but it may be fatal for unborn babies. If a pregnant woman is bit by a mosquito carrying the Zika virus, it can be passed on to the fetus and possibly lead to birth defects such as microcephaly, which is where the baby is born with a small head and brain defects. The best way to prevent the infection is by not getting bit by mosquitoes. When outdoors, use insect repellents, wear long sleeves, and soldiers who are in the field should wear specially treated uniforms. Army Sergeant Ryan Sharp, Seoul, Korea.